YouTube. Got the 72 convertible. Got it back on the road. Power steering box reinstalled. We flushed the system out the GM recommended way. Bled the system the GM recommended way. And as of right now, I'm satisfied, YouTube. YouTube. It's your boy Tone coming back at y'all one more again, YouTube, with another great video on Chevys R Us, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. We out here in the garage. We finna get ready to get to this thing, man. We working on the 72 convertible Impala. I got the LS3 swap in it. There it is right there, YouTube. The LS3. Today what I'm gonna focus on is I'm gonna show you the proper way to flush your power steering system. And I'm also going to show you the correct General Motors recommended way you need to bleed your power steering system. So if you like old school cars, you like LS engine swaps, you like learning how to do LS engine swaps, you like learning how to work on old school cars or even new school cars, you in the right place, YouTube. Go ahead and click that like button. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Make sure you turn your notification bell on, YouTube. That way you can stay locked in with us, man. We got a lot going on. I don't know if y'all watched the previous videos or not, but we've been having some power steering issues. And throughout those issues, I've learned so much. You can check those videos out, man, by clicking in that top right corner, following along with that playlist, man. LS swap. Power steering. If you're doing an LS swap, if you plan on doing an LS swap, even if you already done an LS swap and you want to know about power steering, man, I got some very, very good information to share with y'all. I got a playlist called LS Swap Power Steering. Click on that link in the top right corner and check that out, man. It'll save you some time. It'll save you some money. It'll save you frustration, man. Because I've learned a whole lot about this stuff, man. So I just want to share my knowledge with you, YouTube. Make your job easier. Today, I'm not going to be doing a video on how to put a power steering gearbox on, because we already got a video of how to remove and install the power steering gearbox. So I'm not gonna do that, but I had to take the power steering box off and send it back. But we got the new one back in. Let me show it to y'all. This is the new power steering gearbox right here. It's a quick turn ratio power steering gearbox. So what we gonna do is we just gonna get this mounted up, bolted up, and I'm gonna get everything connected, YouTube, and then I'm gonna cut y'all back on. All right, later. All right, YouTube. Now that we got the power steering gearbox installed, which is this device, which is this thing right here. Got the steering shaft hooked up. Got this nut right here. We got some Loctite on it. We got the pitman arm, which is on the bottom. I'll show you. Yeah, this is the pitman arm right here. This thing right here. We got it torqued to, I think, 185 foot-pounds of torque. All torqued in. Got it put back together. So now, what I really want to focus on is how to properly flush the system, and also how to properly bleed the system. That's very important to the operation of your power steering system. As you all know, I've been around the world and back when it comes to this LS swap power steering. I actually got a whole playlist of all the different things that I learned in installing the power steering pump and just doing everything that we need to do. Check that playlist out. If you're doing an LS swap, or if you plan to do an LS swap, some very valuable information in those videos, man. They'll help you save a lot of time, save you a lot of money, and it'll definitely save you some frustration. So click in that top right corner and check out that playlist for the LS Swap Power Steering. So first things first, I'm gonna get the car jacked up. Hi YouTube. I got the car front end jacked up, and I have the key ignition switch turned on to where I can just rotate this real easy, YouTube. So now what I'm gonna do is I got the return blocked off in here. Hi YouTube, I actually had to stop and postpone the bleeding the system and flushing the system because I forgot to put the AN6 fittings on my power steering box. So what I did is I took that Teflon tape, kind of wrapped it around both ends of the AN6 adapters. You can get these on Amazon, and what they do is they convert the old style power steering hoses into AN6 fittings. So I'm just gonna pop these out. Pop this one out. Let me get a screwdriver or something. Be right back. Alright. So now I got them little plugs out. Now I can just take these and screw these in here. And these will only screw in one way. This side is not gonna screw in over here because the threads are different. So just gonna screw that in like that. See, I got both of them screwed in. So now I just take a ratchet and kind of torque these down a little bit. They don't gotta be real tight, but let me put the phone down and do that, and then we'll be back with y'all, YouTube. All right, now that I got these in, these adapters, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put the pressure hose on. And this one right here is the pressure hose, YouTube. The one that's closest to this little box with the bolts is the pressure, the high pressure line. So I'm gonna screw this in and get that tight, put the camera down and get this tightened up. And then we'll be right back with y'all, YouTube. All right, YouTube. Got the high pressure line connected to the high pressure of the power steering pump. So now that we got that done, Let me show you something real quick. So this right here, this connection right here from the reservoir, the smaller one from the reservoir, I actually got it blocked off here. This line right here would actually go from here to here, which is the return coming from the power steering gearbox. But I'm not gonna put this hose back in there. I actually have a cooler in line, and it's mounted to the radiator. And here is my two connections. We got one going into the cooler, which is gonna be connected to the power steering box. And then we got the other line coming out of the cooler, which is gonna be going back to the reservoir. So on a normal basis, this is how it will be hooked up from here to there. But since I have this in line, then what we need to do is just connect this to here, and then we'll start bleeding the system. We'll run a hose to this, put a hose on like this, and just run that hose down to a drain pan. So let me get this one connection in here, and then let me get this tight, and I'll be back with y'all in a minute, YouTube. All right, YouTube, I got the return connected down on the power steering box, and then I got the other line that's gonna connect to the reservoir right here. I got my hose plugged up to it, and I got a drain pan underneath. So there's the drain pan right there. So whenever fluid comes out, it's gonna boom. It's gonna go right in the drain pan right there, YouTube. There it is. Next step is I need to take this cap off. I need to fill this reservoir up with fluid, and we're gonna just turn the steering wheel back and forth and watch the system suck all this down in there, and it's gonna circulate through the system and gonna go in the drain pan. And what that does is that flushes out any debris, any particles or dirt or anything like that in the system. And to be honest with you, the power steering box is brand new, and I had the power steering pump tested, and so it was cleaned out and flushed out as well. And I really don't need to flush it right now, but I'm gonna do it anyway, just for the sake of this video, YouTube. So let me do that. Let me fill this up with fluid, and let me just turn the steering wheel back and forth to suck the fluid in the pump and through the system. So, all right, be back in a minute. All right, YouTube, I ran 1 quart of power steering fluid through the system, and I've already took my little block off, took it off the reservoir and connected the other end, other line coming from the power steering cooler, mounted in there. I see it in there. It's power steering cooler. So I ran the other line here, and I got it tight. So that is for this bleeding the system. That is it. We flushed all the power steering fluid out of it, all the particles, all the dirt, everything. Now it's time to bleed the system. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna pour some more power steering fluid in here, and I'm gonna turn the steering wheel lock to lock about 20 times. I'll probably turn it 5 times, look at the fluid level, add more fluid to it, turn it 5 more times, make sure the fluid level is topped off, turn it 5 more times, You just want to keep check on it so that way it don't get dry and suck air back into the system. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Be back with y'all in a minute. All right, YouTube. As y'all can see, I had filled this all the way up as far as it could go. I've turned it from the steering wheel from lock to lock, just like this. I hear it bubbling in there now. Just lock to lock. Oh, wow. Sucking on up in there, YouTube. So let me put the camera down and let me add more fluid in. And I'll be back with y'all in a minute, YouTube. Man. All right, YouTube. Turn it a few more times. Maybe lock to lock from lock to lock about maybe 5 or 6 more times. And it went down even more. So before I add more to it, I'm just gonna keep turning it because I don't want it, whenever you're turning it back and forth from lock to lock, if you can't see it, you wanna have somebody keep an eye on it. Make sure it don't overflow. Because the pressure does build up sometimes. Bring it back down a little bit. So what I do is I add just a little bit more into it, and that's gonna be it. All right, YouTube. So now that we got this system all bled down, we're gonna crank the car up, and we're gonna see if this power steering works as is expected. I'll probably go for a test drive. I have not cranked this car up in maybe a month. Because the battery went dead, my battery charger messed up, it's broken. So I had to get the battery charged up. So let's see if it'll crank, YouTube. That's it, YouTube. Working, mate. We back at it, YouTube. Got the 72 convertible. Got it back on the road. Got the power steering box reinstalled. We flushed the system out the GM recommended way. And we also bled the system the GM recommended way. And as of right now, as y'all see, we got power steering, YouTube. So guess what, YouTube? I'm satisfied, YouTube.